Is there really any effort underway to try to avert these cuts right now? Are you even trying?
Well, there have been from the House Republicans. Let's take a step back. Don't forget, it's the president who proposed this sequester. It's the president who designed this sequester. It's the House Republicans who twice passed legislation replacing the sequester with smarter cuts in other areas of government. Okay, the Senate hasn't passed a bill to replace the sequester. The president gave a speech showing that he'd like to replace it, but he hasn't put any details out there. So that is why I conclude I believe it's going to take place. But take a step back. We're here because the president, back in the last session of Congress, refused to cut spending in any place, and therefore we've wound up with the sequester.
But Congressman, I've heard you say this, and this has been a talking point for Republicans for a long time. This was the president's idea, on and on and on. But let's look at your own words. What you said right after the law putting this in place was passed in August of 2011. These are your words. You said, what conservatives like me have been fighting for years are statutory caps on spending, literally legal caps in law that say government agencies cannot spend over a set amount of money. And if they breach that amount across the board, sequester comes in to cut that spending. You can't turn it off without a supermajority. We got that into law. Now, it sounds to me like if you weren't taking credit for the idea of the sequester, you were certainly suggesting it was a good idea.
So those are the budget caps on discretionary spending. Those occurred. We want those. Everybody wants budget caps. The sequester that we're talking about now was backing up the super committee. Remember, the super committee, in addition to those caps, was supposed to come up with $1.2 trillion in savings. The Republicans in the super committee offered even higher revenues in exchange for spending cuts as part of that. It was rejected by the president and the Democrats. So no resolution occurred, and therefore the sequester is occurring. And what we've always said is let's cut spending in smarter ways to replace this sequester. We passed 2 bills doing that, and we've heard nothing in response from the Senate Democrats or the president. They haven't passed anything. And the point I'm trying to say is, when you have no budget passing the Senate for 4 years, when the president is going to be about a month late in proposing his budget, there's no leadership on the other side of the aisle, and therefore no agreement.